about to crash out. I have an honest question. How did we fuck up Tommy? Now, going into this, when you sit back and you think about Tommy's character, we had heard whispers, right? We had gotten rumors of the man he used to be. Like Kratos staring down Odin. You don't want to see the god that I was. Joel mentions this. Multiple other characters around him mentions this. That they got down to some nasty shit. That they were both bad people. But nothing? No anger? No rage? Not even like an emotional outburst? No drinking to compensate? No crashing out in any way, shape, or form? The man went to a baseball game, sat down, drank a beer, ate a hot dog, and he just mulled over the death of probably and arguably the most important person in his life outside of his wife. And I was like, okay, maybe they're going for the slow burn. Maybe they're waiting. They're biding their time to give us the crash out version of Tommy. Because the idea of Tommy's character is that he's a guy who did bad things with his brother, and then he joined the Firefly is in an attempt to right his wrongs and then correct the world. And eventually he realizes that, oh, these motherfuckers is crazy, and he leaves. And he finds his wife, and he finds Jackson. He becomes a great member of the community. And then his brother comes back into his life. And there's that moment when he's like, oh, damn, is he going to drag me back into this? But no, Joel joins the community. He also becomes an upstanding person. And then Joel dies. And I'm talking about the games here. Joel dies. And then when Joel dies, it's Tommy reverting back to the man he used to be. The cold-blooded assassin / killer sniper. And it alienating all of the people around him until he basically ends up where he didn't want to end up. He becomes the version of Joel that we meet in the very first game, where he's an old man. He's a bitter man who has just nothing but hatred in his heart. And there's no the person who would be his Ellie, he's already alienated and pushed away. And he's trying to work back to this better person that he was, but he just simply can't. He can't let go of his need to kill the person that killed his brother. And he is the catalyst that pushes Ellie down the path to fucking Venezuela, or wherever the hell they sent her down south, to continue hunting Abby. And then being disappointed when she didn't get the fucking job done. When I tell you, when they were in that theater, and Ellie's like, I didn't get her. I killed everybody else, but I didn't get her. I didn't get Abby. And he looks her in the eye, and he goes, maybe that's for the best. Let's head home. I almost took the whole TV up and threw it across the motherfucking room. Because that is absolute character assassination. You cannot stand there and tell me that the person who wrote or worked on this show is some of the same team that also worked on the game. That is a failure to understand a character. That is the definition of character assassination. Maybe because you didn't want to shoot the scenes with Tommy when he's crashing out in fucking Seattle killing the WLF. Maybe you didn't want to pay Diego Luna. I'm really hoping it's Diego Luna. Like, I'm kind of pissed off. I might be mixing up my my Spanish actors. But maybe you didn't want to pay him. You didn't want to give him the bread to be running around just being prime Sam Fisher. You didn't want to give it to him. But you really didn't need to do the character this fucking wrong. Because at this point in time, I'm like, who is this guy? Why are you here? Like, in no way, shape, or form are you upset. Is your new motivation now? Because you're the person. He's the person that's going to be sending Ellie on the path to basically go after Abby later on if they make it to season 4. That motivation isn't there. Because he's willing to basically let bygones be bygones and go the fuck home to Jackson. So is his motivation now Jesse's death? Like, I'm not understanding why we went this direction with the character. It's just not making any sense to me in any way, shape, or form. Because a lot of the story, and I'm going to keep repeating this because there's going to be like 4 fucking parts. I'm extremely sorry. This is part 1. Welcome to part 1 of my issues with this season, especially with the final episode of this fucking season. But one of the themes is this idea that anger, untreated trauma, revenge, rage, all of these things are self-destructive. They don't destroy the person, they destroy the community that the people have around them. Tommy goes down this path, he loses his wife, the potential of his kid, and the trust of the people of Jackson. Ellie goes down this path, she loses Jesse, she loses Dina at the end, she loses the kid, she's alone in that fucking house. Joel went down that path and he was alone in a fucking room, and Tess didn't even stay with him, even though they were kind of pseudo low-key in a relationship. These paths destroy the lives of everyone around them. Abby goes down that path, she loses everyone. All of her fucking friends die. The idea that we've decided that we're going to make Tommy the pacifist, but he's also the catalyst for the last act of the game that sends your character on the path to the point where the character then realizes that the cycle is just going to keep on continuing. Even if I kill this fucking woman, I've lost everything. I've lost Joel, I've lost my wife, I've lost the kid, I lost my best friend, I lost everything. So what is even the point? Why am I even down here? The fact that he's the catalyst that creates that, and he is now the pacifist, and we might be using the death of basically his protege, like another friend, his co-worker, as the motivation and not the death of his brother. Oh my God. When I tell you that shit makes me so fucking mad, it makes me so irrationally mad.